Hello everybody, it's me from me_so_healthy. Glad to be back. The reason I'm making this video is because I didn't just want to document my good days when I'm feeling great and good enough to be able to put out videos that I think you guys would really appreciate. I also wanted to make videos about when I'm not feeling so great, because I want to make this experience for you and me feel as honest and real as possible. So I'm definitely going for one of my lulls at the moment, and I can't quite put a finger on why. And that's obviously the most frustrating thing when you haven't been diagnosed with whatever it is that you're suffering from, and so you're on a personal lonely journey in order to find out what that thing is so that you can make steps. Been feeling pretty good for a couple of weeks. I was going to make something to eat, and at work it's difficult to find time to make something to eat. One of the guys at work made a meal for everybody. It was minced beef with some spices and some vegetables with tacos. Everybody sitting around the table eating some. I brought my own food in, but you know, it would be nice sometimes to be able to muck in with everybody else and share the experience. A great way of doing that is all sitting around the table eating together. So I decided to have some. Now what I did do was I questioned the chef, if you like, what ingredients he put in there. Now he assured me it was just some herbs and spices, and these are herbs and spices that I'm very familiar with. He said some chili powder, which is fine, some paprika, probably a little bit of cumin maybe, but nothing suspect. Everything I'd had before, everything I used myself in my own kitchen. And it was some rice that I'd made myself. Added the meat. It was about 20 minutes later that I felt pains throughout especially in my neck, and then my limbs started feeling heavy. I had this crushing headache, and this lethargy came over me like nobody's business. Now I must say that after eating that meal, it must have been about 20 minutes that I felt as awful as I did. But between the time I finished the meal and then when the symptoms came on, I actually went to the bathroom. Now the reason I think that's significant is because quite often when I do a number two, I either feel relief or lethargic. I've been trying to do a little bit of research about lethargy after going to the toilet. Can't find much on it, other than the fact that I should go and see my local GP, because it could be an organ problem. But which organ, I don't know. It could be kidneys. That's come up a few times in my search. I've scheduled a blood test for myself in the coming week. You have to wait a week to get a blood test. Then probably have to wait another week to get the results. It'd be a good idea just to get a full MOT, if you like, because my diet is very restrictive. So that I'd already put in motion. So it just so happens that I've got a blood test coming up. Perfect timing, because I feel awful. This is the second day and I'm feeling not so bad. I quizzed my mate about the ingredients he used. He doesn't believe he used anything suspect. I've subtly made it known to everybody, which is why quite often I don't eat food that's prepared by everybody, just so they don't feel like I'm being rude. Now also, the reason I put this video together today is because I did buy a supplement which I tried for the first time that day, a couple of hours before I felt as bad as I did. On the packet, gluten-free, wheat-free, dairy-free, GMO-free. I did ask the lady in the shop, is it possible to be allergic to this product despite the fact it says the contrary? And she said no, it's not possible to be allergic to any of these ingredients because there's nothing in there to be allergic to. Okay, I'll buy it then, thank you, £24. And what I did was I mixed it in my own meal. I bought some bone broth soup. Yeah, had that. Didn't feel any adverse side effects at all. 20 minutes isn't a long time to feel adverse side effects with something that doesn't agree with you. I just wonder, and I'm still, it's still under investigation as to whether somebody else snuck some other ingredients into that mincemeat. Perhaps yeast or sugar or worse. for me personally. I had the meal, then I felt the urge to go to the bathroom, which is good. I took some vitamin C that day. Vitamin C helps you go to the toilet, so I was kind of expecting it anyway. I woke up this morning, and funnily enough, they say that your stomach affects your head affects your stomach. I woke up. The initial feeling of waking up was fine, until I then started thinking about how bad I might expect to feel today because of what I've been experiencing. And then my stomach started cramping, and now the headaches come back. The body is a funny thing. It's doing what it's doing because it thinks it's supposed to be doing that, or it's doing what it's doing because of the ingredients that I took in that food, if that was the cause, and now these are the adverse side effects. And waking up just means that you're stimulating your body, you're getting up, limbs are moving, thoughts are processing, and then whatever it is just decides, hello, it's me again, and I'm going to mess up your day until you completely fight me off. The reason I bought the protein powder was because I am trying to put on weight. I am trying to look as healthy as I sometimes do. Having the right body shape can actually make you feel better about yourself, obviously. I know that I can't tolerate whey protein. That's always been my crux. To find an alternative to whey, which is basically weight gain, but I can't put on weight, not just because of what it is that I'm suffering from, because obviously whatever I'm suffering from is keeping off the weight, but I need something to actually give me some weight gain. And I know I don't get enough calories during the day because half the time I either don't have an appetite or I don't get enough hours at work to eat 6 times a day. I'm going to try it again in the near future, and I'll let you know more about that in another video. The reason I'm not going to tell you very much more about the protein powder I bought is because I'm not sure if that's the culprit. Never tried it before, but I did have it hours before the onset of this, and it looks like a good product. I had to re-edit this section of the video because my camera died. I don't know what happened. Sorry. Interestingly, there is something else that I wanted to mention, and that was some years ago I passed some worms, which is disgusting. More of us have parasites in our gut than we realise, but everybody has bad bacteria. If you come down with a virus and you haven't led a particularly healthy lifestyle, then those parasites have a window of opportunity to then play havoc with your system, because your white blood cell count will be increased but yet diverted to whatever that virus is that it's fighting off, and so your immune system's compromised. The creepy crawlies that have lived in harmony with your friendly bacteria gets the opportunity to see that the guards are busy, right? Crack open a jail cell, sneak out and cause a riot in the precinct. I suspect that I've had them for a while, and I was keeping them happy because the foods I was eating were foods that they really would like, so then why upset the apple cart? Chocolates, sweets, sugary beverages, fast food, you name it. I ate it, I drank it, so I would often run myself down. And yeah, they had the opportunity to run riot as soon as given the window. But I wanted to mention about this stuff. Is a bag of pumpkin seeds. Now this particular bag of pumpkin seeds I got from Planet Organic in Muswell Hill, London. The good thing about these pumpkin seeds, they're fermented. Okay, so they're sprouted seeds. Get sprouted nuts as well. So you're soaking them, so they're in an environment where they're still taking on water, and so they're still sprouting, if you like, just like a seed into a tree. Dry them out, and so they're locking in all that goodness that's still within the seed or the nuts, and that's what you're really appreciating when you eat them. Well, you can actually sprout any seeds or nuts yourself, then you can oven bake them afterwards if you like, or just eat them after they've been soaked for the right number of time. The reason I mentioned about the pumpkin seeds in particular is because I passed a bunch of worms because of pumpkin seeds. The reason that happened was because I decided to choose a healthy snack. I don't know why I've done that. It is a healthy snack. I purchased some pumpkin seeds and I ate practically the whole bag. I ate more than you would normally. When I got home, I felt like I'd come down with the flu. and I felt the need to go to the bathroom. I remember once when I ate I ate a lot of junk food. This was like a week binge with my mate, drinking some beer. What fast food can we have now that can be delivered within 15 minutes? I was sleeping on this floor in a sleeping bag, but I woke up in the middle of the night and I had this crazy arthritis in my knees. I hobbled to the bathroom in crippling pain. Since then I've been told if you're consuming things that are bad for you, it does go to your joints. If anybody's got any more information about that, please get back to me and let me know. I'm really interested in knowing if that was just some cuckoo talk or if it's true. Well, when I had the pumpkin seeds, that night my knees once again had seized up and I'd hobbled to the bathroom and went and did a number 2. Now the following morning, and I don't know if I'm remembering this in order because it was a very long time ago, so please bear with me. The following morning I went to the bathroom and I passed a bunch of worms. The interesting thing about pumpkin seeds that I didn't know, they don't kill the worms, they paralyse them. Because parasites are scavengers, right? They'll eat anything you put in your body. They'll even eat things that aren't particularly good for them. That's how dumb they are. Good at hiding in your body, you know, and keeping it bay till it's time to rear their slimy heads. No matter what it is, they'll eat it. It actually puts them to sleep. I read somewhere that you should always have a palmful of pumpkin seeds a day, every day. Even though you have no symptoms of parasites as far as you are aware, it will not hurt you to have any deterrent, to get rid of any if you do have. So I passed these parasites, collected them in a vial. Now, quite often for those people who do pass parasites, they might already be dead. And when they are dead, they just look like stringy bits of like tissue, right? They're dead. There's not much to them really. When I passed them, because they weren't dead, they were just paralysed, they were still fully formed. Now, I collected as much as I could in a vial that I'd had for my GP for a while. And this is a bit I'm a bit hazy about because I then took another sample of my poo, if you like, and it was just a normal stool sample. So I had 2 samples, one with the worms, one with just a stool sample, right? I labelled them both exactly the same and I took them both to the GP. There's a bucket and you just put them in the bucket. So you don't need to make an appointment, don't need to talk to anybody about what you've experienced. Now this was over the Christmas period, so it was about a week until I was actually able to finally talk to somebody about the samples that I dropped in. Only then to be told, we only received 1 sample. I'm like, excuse me? I gave you 2 samples, they were both quite different. Sorry, we only received 1 sample, it was a stool sample and it came back clear. The one that had the parasites in, they happened to have lost that one of all ones, they lost it. So then of course, you know, I'm angry because I look like a nutcase because, oh, there's no sign of anything here. It came back clear. It came back clear. The same day that I gave them a sample of the parasites that I passed, there was nothing to be found in the stool sample itself anyway. If that's possible, I don't believe it's possible. If that's possible, then pigs fly. Do you know what I mean? Seriously let me down. Really upset with my surgery about that. I do wonder what they were checking for. I was admitted to St. Mark's, prescribed some anti-parasitic medication, which was really just an over-the-counter prescription. If anybody else has experienced a similar catastrophe, and it could have been solved that very day. If you've taken anything away from this video, it's to consume more pumpkin seeds. They're also called fermented. So they'll say sprouted or fermented, both mean the same thing. Or it might also be known as activated. So fermented, sprouted or activated. If you're still with me, I appreciate it. I'm still getting used to making videos. I know there's a formula to making videos, but I just happened to whack on the camera and I just wanted to talk. So I didn't know that the pumpkin seed thing was going to come up. I didn't know I was even going to talk about parasites in general. Got a bit of a cold now as well, so I think it's time to sign off. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for putting up with me. Thank you for still being here if you are. And until next time, take care of yourselves and everybody else who's worth giving a shit about, because those are the only ones who deserve your time and attention. Everybody else is just a distraction, and you don't need to waste that sort of energy. Conserve as much as possible. Then you'll live a longer, more fruitful life, I believe. Otherwise mine would have been over a long time ago. Martin Edwards signing off. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye.